Hey, welcome to the stream. I want to start off by apologizing because I know that my stream's been a little bit sporadic at times. But I've decided that I'm gonna stream on at 2 o'clock Mountain Time on Fridays. So that's about now, I guess. But yeah, 2 o'clock Mountain Time Fridays. So I think that's like 7 hours ahead. Yeah, so I think that's like 9 o'clock for people in the UK. And it's probably like a bit better for people in Europe, but also it just fits my schedule a bit better for this summer. So I'm looking forward to at least like being a bit more predictable in terms of when I'm going to stream. So yeah, from now on, I'm going to stream at this time, which is 2 o'clock Mountain Time, on Fridays. So with that out of the way, it's a super exciting time because this is the Off the Grid U.S. National Championship, and I think was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, like yesterday, the King and I bought tickets to this. We've confirmed that we're going. So I'm gonna be there. The King's gonna be there. I think not confirmed yet, but I think another friend from Vancouver is gonna join us. So we'll get a full God of the Grid team. So yeah, if there's people, there's been a lot going on with like the Off the Grid tournament. We were looking at the possibility of getting print and play, then it wasn't possible. And then yeah, there's a lot going on, but like now I think it's settled down. A lot going on is understatement. Yeah, I don't wanna go into it. Yeah. How you doing, Kisra? Yeah, but it seems like it's been, I think Orbital's decided now, and that things aren't going to change, which is kind of what I was waiting for personally. For me personally, and I understand that like a lot of people in the community want they want to see new cards. They feel like their interest in the game would be greatly improved if there's new cards. And I guess for me personally, I'm actually fine either way. So I was actually just waiting for basically like things to be decided, because I didn't want to buy a ticket, book a flight, book a hotel, and then find out that the Friday is actually going to get cut off, which is what happened, or maybe the tournament's not going to happen or something like that, which is kind of unfortunate that like Orbital made those decisions because people didn't sign up, but there might be more people like me who are like waiting for decisions to be made before signing up. But anyways, so I signed up after it was decided that there's going to be no Friday, and then we're going to have the standard tournament on Saturday, Gods of the Grid on Sunday, and yeah, for me, the team tournament was like a big draw for me. So like being able to sit with two other people on the same team and like talk to each other during a game, and the fact that your results of your whole team matter as a group is super interesting. And I know it's happened like every year. It's just that like I've never been able to travel for big tournaments, so I've never been able to play in something like that. This was not the segment I expected to come back to. We'll get into some good stuff today. But yeah, so that's the Off the Grid tournament. For those of you who, might be on the edge or whatever, it seems like it's been decided what the format is, what days are going to be happening, where it's going to be, stuff like that. So it sounds to me like there's not going to be too much big changes after. So I'm jumping on, and I'm going to be there. The other thing, so I don't know if I can pull this up. Can I pull this up? Actually, I probably can. So the other thing was there's UK Nationals. And did you decide on going to UK Nats with Brandon as well? Yeah, so I'm going to talk about that. Let me pull up that form that I've always called it Poly G, but if it's pronounced or you say it a different way, please let me know. But Poly G, where's this? Upcoming tournaments? There we go. So if I copy this link and I paste it here, there we go. Okay, so this was the Google form that Polly G posted for UK Nationals 2022, and if I just go and show you the next part of the form, I'm just gonna select these. I've already filled in this form, so I'm not gonna fill it in again. But there's a section here that asks you, do you have a preference for the timing of UK Nationals? And there are 4 options. There's no preference. There's early August, mid-September, and November. I'm going to UBC for law school in September. So if I'm going to this, it has to be in early August. And basically Brandon and I have decided, and I don't know, this seems like a pretty big decision to go to Europe, which, by the way, I've never been to Europe. But we're both on board. If this happens in early August, we're gonna go, and we're pretty certain that we'll go if it happens in early August. Like, I'm spending the summer just hanging out with friends. I want to travel as much. I'm going to LA with some friends from university, and that'll be a good time. I don't even know if I mentioned that. So yeah, so I'm going to LA on June 30th, which is a Thursday, and the plan is we're going to go to LA on June 30th, and we're going to stay, and we're going to basically end in San Diego on the next Friday, which is July 8th. Which is actually perfect for me. It was kind of like all planned together, because at the end of July 8th, I would fly from San Diego to Minneapolis, and then I can go straight to Off the Grid. So that kind of works out well. I don't have to fly twice. I don't have to go to LA, come back, and then go to Minneapolis, come back. Yeah, and it'll be a fun trip. But yeah, if UK Nats happens in early August, I think there's a very, very high chance that Brandon and I will go. So super, super exciting. So with that said, I've been doing a bit more, I guess, playing around with decks that I'm considering bringing to these tournaments. And I'll probably do some more of that on the stream as well, just not playing, stuff like the Tower of Death Egg Infusion, or Kusanagi OTK, or stuff like Argus, I guess. There's some other decks in here that I deleted, like that Asa deck, which I was just trying to make work, but it wasn't that good. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing a bit more decks that I would say are on the competitive end, and I don't know, I've been having a lot of fun. I'll say this, I obviously I'm not gonna show everything that I'm playing, but especially things that I've played already, I'll definitely talk about and play with. So one of those things is this Congress Wu deck. And this Congress Wu deck, I don't know, when I played this on stream a while back, it felt good. I didn't think too much of it, just because probably I didn't think too much of it because there wasn't that many tournaments going on. But now I'm thinking about tournament mode. I really like where this deck sits, because 46 cards, baby. Big Wu is back. Yeah, so I don't know. This deck used to be, let me look at the history of this. We used to have no diesels. Yeah, so we used to have 2 Dirty Laundries, and we used to be at 45. And then we were like, okay, well, instead of the laundries, we can just play diesels. So then we would put in 2 diesels. But then if you're at 45 cards and you have no diesels, you could just put in the last diesel, because putting a draw card, if your 46th card is a draw card, then that's totally fine. Or at least that's how I approach things. Unless the draw card's bad, But yeah, 3 diesels. I think the diesel is the 46th card here. And everything else, I like a lot. You could maybe say that Citadel's unnecessary because you have Misdirect, so you kind of just lean on Misdirect a lot more and not Citadel, which could be legit. Yeah, I honestly I haven't played the CTM matchup too much with this deck, but that's the idea, right? Is like sometimes if you're playing against CTM and you're taking like one tag a turn, you might want to like Citadel will probably do more for you than Misdirect. However, I can also see myself playing that matchup just by not trashing their stuff and just letting them have bankers, letting them have whatever else they want. And then I just like, I trash an Amani maybe. Well, yeah, like you trash Amani and then you kind of just falsify it and try to figure out where their threats are in terms of do they have an agenda on the board? Is there a Sand? But you have Claude in the deck too. So you can probably just like set up against CTM and then just play Deep Dive and win the game. But yeah, I've been enjoying this deck. It's a control shaper. It's got Clot. It's got Deep Dive finish the game. It's got Falsifieds to Falsified Mayfly with overclocks on the remote. Yeah, and I've been liking it a lot. And also, Light the Fire Polyp just lets you deal with remotes a lot better. Light the Fires. Like I remember last time I was thinking like maybe you can cut Light the Fire for legwork, but I think I've played with this a little bit more now, and I'm liking Light the Fire a lot. So yeah, let's jump into this. I have it here. Okay. Oh, what is that? Okay. Runner. Okay, let's see if that person comes over to me because I don't know. I don't want to. Maybe it's fine, but I don't know if I want to just jump in on somebody else's game if I'm streaming. But this might also like send them the message that I don't want to play against them, which is not true. Oh, okay. This is fine. We will play against Koshi. We've got an Asa. Okay, let me open the deck list here. I need to move my face. You. And then the other thing is, I think I can just cut this out. Okay. Awesome. Do that. Okay, this hand is insane, so we will keep that. Great to catch you live. Hey, yeah, welcome. I'm changing my stream time from now on until the end of the summer. Till it's gonna happen at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, which is like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, every Friday, 20 minutes ago or 2 o'clock Mountain Time, I plan on streaming, and it should be pretty consistent. Because yeah, like this time just works better for me because I usually have things in the evenings, which is why like the last couple times it's been a bit hectic in terms of like when I'm gonna stream. Okay. Install spin, res spin, hedge fund. And we got 2 ice. Okay, so this hand is like really good, right? Do we even go for Proco? Proco, hit it twice, install Roseki's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. The other thing we could have done is we could have just played the creative, and then next turn we can like DZMZ install Rozeki, which actually like you don't actually lose a Rozeki trigger because you get a DZMZ trigger instead. Install a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't think I usually care about like too much of what they're doing in the early game. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click. Daily Cast. Daily Cast is good. falsified is fine. We'll just get the DZMZ down. It's not great ordering, to be honest. If we had, I don't know, maybe turn one we should have just went DZMZ, Rozeki, creative. We're scoring. Okay. Oh, I need to take the deck list away, like right away here, hey? Does that look weird? I guess I'll find out. If they put another ice up, I'm going to take the deck list away. But currently there's no ice in front of the mirror line. Credit, ice, R&D. Okay. That's fine. We are doing good. Yeah, okay, that looks okay. Let's just try to get more... Yeah, I was thinking about like whether or not we get a second Rozeki down. So we can woo out an SMC for Rozeki. Or we could be patient. We got 2 overclocks. Mayfly in hand doesn't really matter, because we can always woo out a Mayfly. We only have 2 Mayflies in the deck. Draw, install server 2. So, like, unless there's Jeeves on the board, which there can't be if this is an agenda, we're not worried about an agenda yet. So I'm actually okay letting that go. Another daily cast. Do we woo out a Rozeki? I'm basically paying 4 credits. I'm going to pay 4 credits for a drip every turn. Which, it's probably not worth it, and we probably just try to draw for it. Diesel's not great. Because that means we have to pre-install this Mayfly, which is fine. Get our DZMZ savings. Next turn we'll Diesel. Try to find that second Rozeki. We might need to contest the remote next turn. This upgrade is like Skunk? Void? Skunk? Void? Is what I'm expecting. We haven't seen anything else, so... Yeah, I'm super excited at the prospect of going to the UK for UK Nationals, because I think, like, if we go, if we go to UK Nationals, it won't just be for the tournament, but also, like, it sounds like Polyg's planning to run a big tournament, meaning team tournament on Friday, main event Saturday, cut and something else on Sunday, which is amazing. But then, like, there's also like just other things in Europe that I plan on checking out. So that's like UK, other countries. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like as long as there's still no ice in front of the Maryland. So as long as there's no ice there, we're going to keep the stream positioned as is. But if that changes, I'll take the deck list out and move myself down. Card server 2, ice it. Card remote. So this seems like it's an okay Mayfly. We might just like overclock it. We might falsify it and then overclock it. I don't know. There's so many ways you can build Asa. That's why like this is like super hard to predict. Because like one thing I could do is check the remotes to see if there's a Jeeves on the board, but they could also be on Seamless. So we might just like falsified naming agenda. It's a sandbox. Okay. So I guess we just overclock that now. And then if And the reason we overclock this now is because if we have to run again, we can. Because we have 2 clicks, so we can like woo out another Mayfly and then overclock it again. If we have to. It'll be super expensive. That's an Anansi. What has Brandon done to you? Brandon would be proud. Brandon likes putting Anansis in weird places. I did this myself. He only approved of it. Oh no. Anansi ganked Asa, let's go. Yeah. Okay, so it's not ganked. Because if it was actually ganked, I'm actually a credit short, which is kind of frightening. But it is skunk. So we'll pay 2 clicks, we'll steal the agenda, and we'll trash the skunk. Also, Koshi doesn't need Brandon to add a Nancy to Dex. Oh, man. Okay, so there was a Jeeves on the board. Click for 4. $4. Deep dive window, but we don't have cards, so that's fine. Let's Diesel. Do kind of want to trash the Jeeves. We could just overclock the Jeeves. That's not bad. We'll keep that in mind. Oh, Rozeki's excellent. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then we stay with 2 cards in hand. The fact that there's a Nancy in the deck just makes me worry about the number of cards in my hand. Okay, let's overclock this. Yeah, and then I think we just like install Rozeki, play creative. Just so we're at like a threatening amount of credits ish. It's actually nothing because there's a Hug and an Anansi on that remote. So he could jam here. Because I think whatever he does, we're just going to hit Proco next turn. Because we do need to get through our deck. That's why those Diesels are actually quite good. Shuffle Skunks and Hedge Fund with the Spin Doctor. New card in server 1. Another spin. We still have $4. So that's good for us. Okay, so we can't score here. So this is a Rashida. Which is fine. Like, running HQ is not bad. Unity in hand. That's awkward. Might just get the 3rd Rozeki down. We actually... Yeah, we probably don't need the 3rd Rozeki. Like, we probably... Oh, I should try to run HQ this turn, hey? No, we're going to set up. Proco... Rozeki... Get the Unity down. This might be too greedy. But if it is, we'll learn. But this might be too greedy. We maybe should have put the Unity down. And then we can get the rest of our breaker set out. This gets us more money, but it runs us into an MU issue if we don't find the other copy of DZMZ or Pantograph soon. Card server 2. Something on top. We're spinning 2 Rashidas back in. And a card in server 1, take a credit. Okay, so this looks like a Jeeves and a 4-2 in server 2. So we run server 1 here. We should probably put the SMC down. And if it's a code gate, if it's a gatekeeper, we'll just let it fire? Sure. Oh, I should have wooed out an SMC. That was just bad. Installing the SMC was just bad. Nico campaign. Sure. I guess it's not just bad, because we can use it now on their turn to get like a BZMZ trigger. Paperclip's good. Paperclip's really good. Okay, and then yeah, just don't draw the revolver. We pitch the paperclip. We SMC for revolver at the start of next turn, or on their turn, and then we can spend next turn installing Unity. And then after that, we can look at deep diving. Install server 1. So this isn't a threat. Unless this is Jeeves, it's not a threat. And like, he could be playing really well and just like not using the Jeeves, but it's pretty hard to be that disciplined, because you'd be tempted to res the Jeeves, click for 3, and then install. And because he didn't do that, I'm going to say that this isn't Jeeves. So I'm just going to leave this. Oh, I forgot to install the... Sorry. Click. Okay. I forgot to install the revolver. There we go. Okay, so I got the revolver down. We can get the Unity down. We're looking for an MU, so let's try to find that. No MU. So no paperclip. We'll just hit this again. That's fine. Do we go for the Unity now? Or do we try to... Yeah, we're not going to install the Unity yet. Let's get this out, and let's get the Mayfly out. We don't need the Mayflies anymore. One thing that I've need to be a bit more conscious of is the number of revolver tokens I have. Just because like revolver's good, I just have 3 simul chips and 1 copy of revolver. And I think I played against somebody who I played against a Jinteki who stacked a Saisentan and a Anansi, and then I like ran through it too many times, that like more times than I should have. Draw, install, fully up. So that was an upgrade. See, like with Marilyn here and Nico here, I don't actually care about, like I'm not threatened, right? Because there's no, unless you have Vitruvius, you can't score, unless you have seamless launch as well. And we haven't seen any of that, so I'm just gonna let that go. Let's draw for MU. Polyp's good. Light the Fire is also good. I like throwing this on the board. Cabo, yeah. Phil, so Brandon and I have, we're officially registered for US Nats. So we are going to OTG, and then if UK Nats happens in August, then we're also most likely going to go to that as well. So I know you're moving to a new house, but you know we're going to try to drag you with us. Okay. I think we run HQ here. Just so like we can get the polyp down. And if HQ's a barrier, we'll just lose a Rozeki. Which is kind of sad, but unless we get an MU here, which we don't, so we'll install this and we'll run HQ. Yeah, if this is a barrier, that sucks. Oh. That also kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I might do something else with the killer situation. Might play a different killer. Maybe you pay one more influence for a Begalter? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Like Revolver does work well with Simul chips. It is cheaper. It's just that it runs out. I don't know how much of a concern that is. If you're playing against a Nancy Asa, that might be a concern. Proco is just brutal. Anacam is what I run. Yeah. I've actually gotten that comment a few times now. Is not against Proco, but I've gotten the comment supporting Anacam. So it might be something I look at. The second upgrade on R&D. Thing in server 2, hedge fund. Okay, so we are on Vitruvius. We scored out of server 5. So that's not a Jeeves in server 5. We also don't have our one copy of Out of the Ashes. Or our Beth. Which is our 2 like deep dive enablers. We might like just overclock R&D. I think we do that. Yeah, let's overclock R&D quick one and see what we got on R&D. Because if we... Okay, yeah, so it's a Hagen. That sucks. That sucks, but that's fine. Like, we might just like deep dive for one access, but you know, that's not the case anymore. Spend 2 clicks here or $5. Our clicks might actually be worth more. No, it's fine. Card from deck, drafter. Skunk will trash, Christian will trash, and that we will close prompt. Did we just hit Proco once? We're trying to find our Beth. Trying to find our Out of the Ashes. We still have one more falsified. Biotic. Oh. I don't like that. Okay. So we're actually at risk of... Well, we have Clot, so we're not at risk of Fast Advance losing. This might be our turn to deep dive. Because otherwise we have to, like, check the remote. Ooh. Not great. Not great. Is this our turn to deep dive? We deep dive in Axis 1. But it only costs us... It doesn't cost us a lot. Let's run Archives click on and see if he reses. If he reses, like, maybe we don't. Depends on what he reses. Okay, no res. Okay, yeah, then we'll just do a single card deep dive this turn. Let's go HQ first. Oh, we're not gonna deep dive this turn. Okay. In that case, we will hit Proco. Ah, crud. Yeah, now it's bad. This is why you play GFI. Kyle, does Koshi need Brandon to put Ikawa Project in decks? Draw, card server 2. Okay. So we should be able to just deep dive and win here. Unless we check the remote. Do I check the remote or do we deep dive? I think we deep dive. Falsified would be good. Another click would be good. Yeah, like an out of the ashes here would be insane. 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't need to deep dive, right? So it's actually better to check the remote, I think. So let's draw. Gamble doesn't exactly help us. Okay, so let's run click 2. Yeah, we should have enough money to we should end the run on 5. Yeah, like this costs us $2, or it costs us $4. This costs us $2, so it costs us $6. So we can just run and check this. Does that mean there's a third Anansi? Oh, because Ikawa Project saves influence? Yeah, maybe. So we have to silent chip the revolver. Rashida. Okay. That's a good trash. We need to get the Clot out of hand. So let's hit this once and install a Beth. Beth isn't actually that great here. It gets us a credit. Yeah, okay, we'll play the gamble instead. Okay, so there's no Clot, or well, there is Clot, so there's no fast advance. But he also only has five credits. So we're safe for a turn. We just have to not, like, we're holding deep dive, so we just have to, you know, not lose before playing the deep dive. If we play deep dive, whiff, and then they score, that would be how we lose this game. But outside of that, we should be okay. Okay, so he's at 7 credits here, which is not an issue because we have Clot. We could just run back into the remote. However, we would then have to use the simul chip for the revolver and then install another simul chip. Again, there's out of the ashes. So I might be okay running this remote this turn. Because what? Like, we're going to get ganked, I guess? Into the Anansi? That's okay. Hit Proco. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Run the remote. If we drew over... Oh, actually, no. We used all our overclocks. I was going to say if we drew overclock, we could use that. But the other Ash is exactly what we're looking for. Should I spend a credit to play Out of the Ashes? This might have been the case to do that. Oh, border control. Okay. Okay, so we have to break for 2. Break for 2. And then we revolver. We have to simul chip the revolver, and then we have to install... Well, actually, he doesn't have money, so we're not under fast advance threat anymore. I could pay 4 credits to save a revolver counter if I want. We're getting kicked out, so we have to run back. And if I run back... I think we actually play the Out of the Ashes. Because if we play the Out of the Ashes and then play the gamble, it's better. Well, I've never done this before. Just play out of the ashes. But I think this makes sense. Skunk. Okay. So that's fine. We'll just... Do we pay 5? Yeah. Jeeves. Nice. We didn't have to pay 5, but if we don't know that it's Jeeves in there, then he just like clicks for credits next turn. We might not trash this, because then we can gamble. So we go to 9, 10, 11, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we actually don't trash this, and we play the gamble. Because next turn we go to 11, and we go for deep dive. And he has to, like, his turn next turn, yeah, is either purge or it's take 2 credits and install something in server 2. And neither of which gives him money to res the ice on archive. So we'll hit Rozeki. We will out of the ashes onto archives. If this is a drafter, okay, it is a drafter. Add a card from archives to HQ. So I guess we can just let him do that. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can't steal a Kawa project if we break this. Huh. Oh, I should have Paul-opped the skunk. Shoot. I should have Paul-opped the skunk. That would give us 2 extra credits right now. Oh, that was a misplay. That was a bad misplay. I can't steal a Kawa project if I break this. But if I... Oh, wait! If we let him install something, he installs... Because he can't res Chrysium. So he has to install Skunk. And then res Skunk, which costs us 3 credits. Which is more than 2 credits. So 2 credits here, 2 credits here, 4 credits here, 9, 10. Is there any way that we can access with $9 or with $2? No, there isn't. We could let this fire and then hope that whatever comes out, like hope that he misplays and doesn't install the skunk. But also, like, if he installs the skunk, it gets rid of this skunk, so that, like, in a way does help us. But we would Paul-op it. We give him a card to hand. Okay, this is firing. He's at $2. Like, I guess, like, Void... Like, no, like, Void is actually good for us, because we can Paul-op Void. And that only costs us $1. So I think this play is fine. We're giving him fully up, which was happening. Because if I'm breaking 1 sub with the revolver, we're breaking the 2nd sub. So we're still giving him, like, he's getting the 1st sub either way. The decision was whether or not to give him the 2nd sub of install a card from HQ or archives. Install Rashida. Okay, so yeah, so that's now we get to double access here. So that's good. We get to double access with the ability to steal a Kawa project. Let's run R&D next. Oh, we got it. We got it. Off the top, without having to deep dive. G. Yeah, like yeah, we run the Anansi, we play the deep dive, we access. Well, access. Yeah, access 8. Yeah, I like this deck. This at times it can be slow, and at times you can run into MU issues because you have two DZMZs. You have two DZMZs and one pantograph. So if you don't find it and you find your programs, like you find your Rozekis, then you don't find your DZMZs, then like programs can get a bit cluttery. But other than that, it feels good. Especially if you get the MU out, it's really good. Yeah, and like even this game, like we had one DZMZ, and there's still two more MU in the deck. Like we were forced to. I was greedy and installed the third Rozeki, and then I overrode it. But it seemed to be okay. Like if I found another MU piece, like that install would have been good. But I didn't. Also, Beth and like Out of the Ashes were like sat next to each other. I don't know. Sometimes in decks like these, like you want two Beth, but since Beth is unique, it's difficult. And the Citadel's the slot that I might take out. So that's like I don't think Citadel's ever done anything for me. Yeah, it's good against Argus. But nobody's playing Argus. So like it might, like the Citadel might go for either a third copy of DZMZ. So it'd be like 3 DZMZ, 1 Pantograph, or maybe we cut the Citadel for a second Beth. Yeah. Or I might even want, I don't know, like, again, what if you find one MU piece, it's, like, you can get into situations like this where you got, like, all 3 breakers and you got your 2 Rozekis, and that's fine. So, I don't think I need another MU, so yeah, like, it might be, like, cut a Citadel for a second Beth. Let's go again. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. So yeah, I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's hit this again. What are some other like decks I might try out? There's Big Macs that I've been I want to say playing, but like not really. I played like a couple games with it, maybe like a week or so ago. Yeah, there's people who like it a lot. I feel like I'm getting there. Maybe I haven't played it enough. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Big Macs. Runner wise though, like it is, like Max is rotating, so that that there's an appeal to play Max just because of that. Okay, we're against an Argus. Okay, let's see if our Citadel does anything. We're gonna find out. This is if our Citadel, like if we can win this game without needing Citadel, then I think we can pretty comfortably cut it for a second Beth. I don't know. 2 Beth is sometimes sketchy though, but it's. I think like the deck goes through. Like I think we go through our cards like decently slowly, for the second Beth to be worth it. This hand is fine. Proco hit it twice. Rozeki turn 1. We got our paperclip. Huh? We mulliganed. Install Rashida credit. I guess. If we had a bit more of an explosive hand, I would check that, but I guess we can't check that. That's sad. Because even with the cards we have in hand, like we needed a gamble or a creative. If I had a gamble or creative, you'd probably check that. But without it, you go like run, pay 1 to trash, click for 3, so you end the turn at 7. And against like econ hard hitting, you don't want to do that. Ice 2 cards is fine. Let's hit this. Oh, I was gonna say hit it twice, install daily cast, but if we got a Rozeki, we got a Rozeki. I can hit it again. Star Rozeki, pitch the clip, pitch the Proco. I played a game today. Not today, yesterday. I played a game yesterday where I was playing this deck and I had a Pantograph down and I drew. Oh, is this? Oh, it is above the law. Come on. And we discarded the Proco as well. Shoot. Man. I was just going to tell a story about that. I had a Pantograph down, and they went and scored above the law and trashed my Proco, and then I used Pantograph to install the other Proco right away. It's pretty funny. But this, however, is not a good situation now, because I should be at 6 credits right now, if it weren't for the above the law. The SMCs aren't needed. This is why you don't put too many deep dives in your deck, because you draw them early and they're just dead cards. Yeah, this is really sad. Oh, it was a naked Rashida too. Argus taking advantage of econ hard hitting. Yeah, like we might have lost there just on the end above the law, because we lost like so much money. Hedge fund, install. Yeah, like we're in no position to check that. Like we could, like we can like woo out a Mayfly and go and overclock that. But no, like I need another turn to set up. Play the Diesel, pitch the SMC, sure. That's not what we're looking for. Let's just pitch a deep dive. Yeah. Maybe pitching SMC is better. We don't have recursion for deep dive, so it is an issue. Oh, actually, yeah, because then we get like a Zeef protocol. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. We can SMC overclock. We could SMC overclock. We're definitely running that, and that's definitely an agenda. So SMC overclock might be a bit too greedy. Yeah, we'll take out the Mayfly. I was wondering if we install Mayfly, because like they probably don't res here. And then we like lose the Mayfly, lose the overclock. Whereas if we install Mayfly, we can keep the Mayfly. But this seems okay. So we'll take a tag and then we clear the tag just because we want to keep the deep dive, or do we just play the remote game? I should have thought ahead here. Might just take the damage, honestly. Yeah, screw it. Nice. SMC Mayfly. Beautiful. That's the 2 cards we didn't need. Yeah, like we might lose our last copy of Deep Dive, but like we might, like I think we're behind enough that we have to play to them. Diesel's fine. We don't want to take a credit because we don't want to go to 0 with double Econ Warfare. We don't want to be at 8. We want to be at 7. Ranji never punished. Yeah. That's how you gotta do things, you know? You just gotta take 2 damage and hit the 2 worst cards. See, but the thing is, when I play Max, like I don't know if you experience the same thing, but when I play Max, it's always like, you know, mill Maw, mill Laborites, draw Paperclip. Always. Okay, so he was doing that slowly to see if we wanted to clot. We won't clot a hostile. Like if he audacities like a 5-card hand, that's fine. Okay. Ooh. That's something. Unity? Max mills Econ exclusively, it's true. Yep. I guess we can like draw again and pitch Rizeki pitch out of the ashes? Or not? So we have MU now, but we still need all of our breakers. Yeah, we don't have room for a 3rd Rizeki. So let's just gamble and we'll pitch the Rizeki. He probably jams here, and then we have to... Oh. Misclick? Oh. Huh. Second Ice HQ. Why? Okay, so we could just, like, YOLO. Right? Like, run HQ, run R&D, run Archives. Deep Dive? We don't need to. This is probably actually like a good I'm about to lose the game play rather than something we do right now. So yeah, let's be patient. I think we do take the free R&D access though. And then I don't know if we check Archives. There's 3 face downs on Archives. Probably nothing there. Treasure Sheet is fine. Go again. Surveyor. Good to know. Good to know. Revolver actually matches up against Surveyor pretty well, I think. Okay, let's draw. Speaking of Revolver, we'll get the DZMZ down. We have Paperclip in the bin. We're double Econ Warfaring and Icing. That's fine. It's actually very good for us. Okay, let's check R&D. That's probably Surveyor on the remote, right? High profile is fine. So we don't want to show the Revolver. So it's probably draw. Ooh, that's a good one for Prysac. And we'll gamble and we'll just install Unity. Advance, draw a card, take a credit. What is that? What is that card? What? So there's an NGO? It's not an NGO. They've been clicking for credits before. Oh, actually, maybe they haven't. Oh, no, they have. ICHQ, take 2 credits. Yeah, they have. That would have been a double advance if that was NGO. So I'm supposed to check that? I guess. We could also light the fire. No, let's just check this. What do you have in your deck? Reversed accounts. Sure. Hostile. We'll take that. Take a tag. Clear the tag. Clear the tag. Install Revolver. We're at 16. Installing Revolver. I was gonna say, like, there's reason to keep 2 MU so that we can SMC misdirect, but we're at 16, so it's kind of okay. Okay, so we can run that, although it's probably Prisec. Why would that not go in the remote? They installed it a while ago. That's been on the board for a long time. So they at the time they probably, I think they had like the Atlas in the remote. Yeah. Okay, let's say no. If we get a Zeeft, that's pretty sad. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we guess Agenda. It's an Atlas. Okay, so never mind. We actually have to run for this. So let's do that. Surveyor we can break for $2 and 2 counters. We're hoping this isn't Border Control or Funhouse. Vanilla's absolutely fine. Okay, so we go to 5 points here, and then we deep dive, and we should win this game. If that wasn't an agenda, then we draw 2 cards and we go to 5 cards. And then next turn we can run 3 centrals and deep dive. Yeah, so we're not threatened by single advance. So let's Aliash's R&D. We will run... I guess we run HQ first. Afshar. Mausolus. We pay 5. We'll go to 10. We play deep dive. We go to 8. That's fine. So we'll pay 5. Ah. GG. Found it on the deep dive run, as we've been doing. There are 3. Oh, no way! There are 3 GFIs in the bin. We got a lot of agendas. The second HQ ice should have been quite the tell, but I didn't read into it. It was kind of a greedy mull, and I got punished. Yeah, I get that explains the second ice on HQ, but also it was an Afshar, so. Like, if your HQ had, like, 1 agenda and you have an Afshar, like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, you put it on HQ. You don't put it on R&D, right? I've got a Unity. You definitely respected the deck. Am Swan. What does Am Swan mean? Somebody want to... The player Swan? Oh! Ah, okay. Yeah. You're in my chat. I see. Yeah, good game, good game. Yeah, I was saying I didn't read into the HQ install that much. But it three GFIs and archives is insane. I was not expecting that. Is presumably a big fan of it. Yeah. Nice to know I don't need to learn new tech to fight Deep Dive. I can just use my normal strats versus APOC to end the game before they can fire the event. I don't need to learn new tech to fight Deep Dive. I can just use my normal strats versus APOC to end the game before they can fire the event. Yeah, so like you try to rush it out, you mean? To try to win the game before Deep Dive gets played? This is why I like this type of Woo deck, is because it's a remote focused deck with Deep Dive, which I think is like what Deep Dive is designed to fit into. I would hope everyone would be fans of themselves. Okay, let's go. Let's hit that again. This is good. I'm enjoying this. I mean, you can't Deep Dive or APOC you if you cough up 7 points on the centrals. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Where you're setting up this big turn where the corp has like all these cards on the board, and you're about to pull off this spectacular APOC, and then you win the game instead before you can pull it off because you access too many agendas out of centrals. I guess you didn't really need the Citadel too. Oh, thanks for reminding me of that. Yeah, let's cut the Citadel. I want a second Beth in here. That's the only matchup, right? Like against, like I guess against Gag, but against Gag, like against Gag and CTM, I imagine I let them have money a lot more. So, yeah, it's I don't need that Citadel. Let's get rid of that Citadel. The meat damage part, like if I don't know, if I'm in a situation where I need to use the meat damage part, I'm in a pretty bad situation. Sorry, the deck list overlay is gonna look weird. Well, I guess it already has looked weird because I'm changing it. There we go. I remember when I was new, I just had this incredible win percent increase from playing Gabe, and I think sometimes your cards just reminding you to run centrals is very powerful. Yeah. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, cards that they tell you to run centrals. It is running centrals is good. Even though I'm playing this deck that I'm like, you know, this deck is supposed to remote lock, and I'm not supposed to run a lot of centrals. I was actually talking to Brandon about that. He's like, oh, like there's no turning wheel in here, and I was like, yeah, like you don't need a turning wheel in here, because it like I don't want to get a bunch of turning wheel counters. Yeah. Evening Sokka got a night off work, so catching you live for a change. Hey, awesome, nice to it's great to have you. I was talking about it at the start of the stream, but from now on, I'm gonna stream at 2:00 Mountain Time, which is about an hour and 15 minutes ago, and I'll probably go for like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, and I'm gonna do that consistently from now on, because I think like the last couple of times it's been a bit hectic in terms of like when I've been streaming. I used to do 7:00 Mountain Time because like I had Friday evenings free when I was still in university, but like now that I'm done and my summer's like a bit more open, I've actually been busy during the evenings most times. I've been reffing soccer as like my income, which is really nice because it's really flexible, and I can kind of they give me assignments, and I can like set my schedule as to when I want assignments. So it's quite nice. But usually that's in the evening, so that's why I'm gonna start streaming at 2 o'clock Mountain Time from now on Fridays. Just running centrals isn't quite as good as it used to be, though. Oh, we've got another Argus. We've got another Argus. Okay, note to self. Don't discard your other copy of Proco, because it's going to get above the lot. This hand is not great, although early DZMZ is something I like. There's our Beth. 50-50 chance that this copy of Beth was Citadel. So we just like install, we just play 3 things and draw a card. I could play 4 things and draw a card. No, let's, yeah. Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay. Let me just delete some of this. There we go. Now it's kind of a bit more flush with the screen. I was jamming with Brandon earlier. Oh, Baranwu. Okay. And he said you might be considering coming over to the UK for UK Nats. Yeah. I was talking about that at the start. Give me a sec. Scoring Hostile. There's the Proco. Install Proco, hit it. We might just get things down, and then we'll Proco next turn. Install Proco, hit it twice, discard SMC, discard Clot. Discarding SMC feels bad because it's a way of proccing DZMZ on the opponent's turn. So like if we search for a program, we can get it. Yeah, we're confirmed going to we're confirmed going to OTG. So we're gonna go to US Nationals, and if PolyG decides to run UK Nats in August, then we're gonna come to UK Nats, and that's like, I don't know, we're both like pretty sure about it. So if he decides to run it, excuse me, if he decides to run it in August, then we're gonna come to UK Nats. So it's, yeah, really excited. I've never been to Europe, so if it happens, it's gonna be like come to UK Nats, play Netrunner, and then either before or after, like, go and explore Europe. I'm really looking forward to it. Can we get a Rozeki, please? Please? No Rozeki? Man. Wait. Citadel? Oh. I changed the deck list, but I forgot to reselect the deck. I could consider hitting F11 to go full screen on Chrome. Oh. Good to know. I've never done that. I'm not that good with computers. Okay, we might actually just woo out SMC and like overclock for Rozeki. Just so we get our drip going. I think that's actually fine, because if we get, like, we got 2 daily casts. So it's install overclock, and then we pitch. We kind of want the Citadel. Or wait, okay, we're gonna pretend that the Citadel is Beth. So we're actually just gonna handicap ourselves. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to install Rozeki. So that should cost us $2. And then we woo out another SMC. And then we overclock archives, which makes him... Oh, wait, we have 2 bad pub. Wait a second. Yeah, F11's nice. Yeah, they already pop spin, so that's totally fair. I forgot we had bad pub. So I might actually... Do we pick up something else? If we had a simul chip on the board. Okay, let's say done. We can install paperclip for full value. Yeah, this makes sense. Do we still have paperclip for full value? Or Rozeki? Man. They do play barriers. Okay, let's just put the paperclip down. We're gonna pitch the Citadel. We're gonna pretend like that's a Beth. I've done a little streaming. You can also hit Control page up, page down to flip through tabs you have prepared. Oh. Usually clicking on it's been okay. Oh, I see. Like while I'm full screen, I can do that. Is that that's what you mean? That sounds pretty good. Okay, so I should run that. And I'm gonna take 2 tags, and then we need to woo out SMC for misdirect, and then misdirect the tags, because that's a price second something else, right? If we lose any one of these cards, that's fine. Also, like I might just simul chip, and then we just take damage is also kind of fine. We could install 2 simul chips and then run. And then we just take damage. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Oh, but then we die to... Oh no, because we have Clot. Okay, let's install 2 simul chips and run. 3, 4, 5. This is actually fine. It's NGO. Okay. Sure. Okay, as long as they don't have a remote, we're doing okay. Control page up, page down. I will have to remember that. Where even is page up, page down on my computer? Oh, it's here. 39. Okay. Install Spin Doctor Double I. So that's really good for us. Because again, like I'm happy sitting here and clicking Proco. So we'll just do that. Panto's excellent. Although we really want to get our what the heck? Want to get our Rozekis down. Or just control a number. I think control tab works too if you don't have page up, page down. I do have page up, page down. We found it. Control tab, control shift plus tab is equivalent to the page up, page down. Oh, right. If you don't have page up, page down is what that's for. I found it. We do have that. Actually, just for science, I'm going to test it now. Okay, so this is the other tab that we have up. But now I can't go back. I wasn't able to go back. Draw a card, install, draw. Fine. Looking for Rizekis. Please give me my Rizekis. Okay, free revolver's neat. I think the simul chip's more important than the creative, to be honest. So let's throw that down. Control tab can be done with one hand. If you organize tabs, control number is like using StarCraft binds. I'm not familiar with StarCraft binds. Draw, hedge fund. Wow, we're really just doing nothing here, which is excellent. It really is excellent. Out of the Ashes is good. Wow, okay, falsified is, I guess, is good. We have 2 cards that we can discard, so we can install Mayfly and play creative. This is so weird. Like, we've got 2 Rizekis, we've got a Unity in our deck that we're looking for before we can do anything. But also, like, we're ready to do something if we need to do something. So this is, it's weird, but it's fine. Draw, install, take a credit, discard 1. Okay, so there's definitely agendas in the bin, right? So we might go for like a Polop play here. We might go for a Polop play. No Out of the Ashes. If there's a code gate, we can use the Mayfly on HQ. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of okay with that. But also if we find Unity, that'd be ideal. But we have another... Yeah, like if like we have to use a simul chip to pick out our Unity, that's fine. I might woo out... Have we gotten Econ Warfare this game? No, we haven't. Okay. Okay, we're going to woo out the SMC and then run HQ. Okay, I think we just use the Mayfly here because we're going to SMC for the Unity on the Archives run. So we're going to break a subroutine and let it fire. And we'll just use the Mayfly because like we don't need to keep the Mayfly around, I don't think. Unless we think we're going to break a lot of sentries and it's like our backup revolver. But I'm okay with this. Tithonium. Sure, that's good. Spending $9 is really good for us. He has to pop the Spin Doctor now if we steal an agenda. Because if I steal an agenda, oh my goodness, we stole an agenda. Because now I can Panto the Polop and then pop it right away. I love this play so much. I love that play so much. It's so good. It is so good. Ah, there's nothing in the bin. So sad. So sad, so sad, so sad. Oh, there's nothing in the bin. Oh, I forgot to SMC. Shoot. I got excited. I got too excited. I guess we run again. I mean, I can run R&D, actually. But there's no reason to. No, we're just going to run Archives. That was a mistake. I forgot to. But we'll just redo this. Let's put the Unity down. Just so we have our breaker. I forgot to do this on the Archives run. I'm not going to ask for that because I got information. Man, the Panto Dream happened, but there was nothing in there. Install server 5. Okay, that's fine. We have falsified. Rizeki, Beth. No falsified agenda. Spin Doctor. Okay. Let's hit Proco. Light the Fire's good. Falsified is good. Let's play this. We still have 2 Rizekis in the last 10 cards, and we have the MU for it. Man, I really thought there would be agendas in there. They res and pop the spin, so we're probably shuffling back spin and preemptive. Yep. And then we're installing something else in the remote, and then I probably falsified that again. Although they have $10, like I might just run just to make them res and spend money, honestly. Unless it's something that deals damage and we might lose the falsified. No, we'll falsified. Because I actually want them to have money, right? So I don't want this to be an agenda, but it is. So we have to go for it. That sucks. Because this is going to make them spend money. And we don't want that. Let's just run normally. We could overclock, but it's... like, if they don't res, it's fine. Yeah. Should be GG. If they want to concede, that's totally cool. Unless there's... oh. This game isn't over. Yeah, this game is not over. With a ping and a border control? Like, if this is... oh, I guess, like, because he only has 4 credits, so we can't res this. I thought you were on dive. I am. I am on dive. Yeah, it's not looking good. Oh, I guess I should have misdirected. It's fine. Couldn't get you to run R&D. Oh, is there something on R&D? I mean, I'll run R&D eventually. Yeah. Yeah, like I'll run R&D eventually, but I didn't need to yet. Like if I had falsified there and we had missed, then what happens is probably Archer when you weren't in such a commanding credit position. Yeah, but like Archer costs us 4. So it's actually not bad at all. That's the thing. Like that's why I'm struggling with this. Is Revolver is so good. It's just that it runs out, and so far it running out hasn't been a problem. But again, I had that one game where like I was against a Jinteki who had Saisentan and Nancy on a remote, and I like used Revolver too many times. My guess is divert power in the bin. Yeah, Anemone. Yeah, Anemone could be a threat. Yeah, and then we just have to play the remote game. That's the one thing that I don't like about this is like Deep Dive is a little bit fragile if there's damage. Yeah, it's a little bit fragile if there's damage. But other than that, like we did have pretty good control over this game. But honestly, with the border control, like we had one tag there, so you pop the border control, and then I have 2 clicks left, so I have to run back, pay 1, and then I have to eat the damage on the Atlas and then clear a tag, which is totally fine. Like if we lose the 2 best cards in our hand, which is Deep Dive and either Gamble or Overclock, then we're still actually just doing fine. Okay, how am I doing for time? I'm going over to a friend's house today to play board games, and it's a friend, it's a Netrunner friend. Like I met her playing Netrunner, and like she's been around for a long time, but you know, the in-person Edmonton scene hasn't exactly existed since the start of COVID. So it's been, yeah, like it hasn't existed. Like I'm not actually going over there to play Netrunner. Like we're just gonna like play some board games with some other people. But it'll be nice to see her, and she's been teaching like a lot of new players the game. Like I think her girlfriend is learning, like is a new and learning player, and there's also like a couple people from Calgary, I believe, who she was also teaching. So playing the startup format, I think, or they might actually just have been playing standard. I don't know. Okay, Azmari. This version of the deck has 2 Beths. By the way, last game we threw out the Citadel, and we were doing really good. Like imagine having installed the Citadel. I think we throw this out. Nice hand. Very nice hand. Is there a deck that tries to win with Biotic, Divert Power, res 2 pings, and boom? No, there isn't, because ping only gives a tag if it's during a run on that server. So unfortunately, there is not. Okay, so we're against Daily Quest. So this is just like Rizeki thinking. What do we think this is? This is Azmari. So like this is like a ping? Because I could just Polop that. But also Polop is quite good against Azmari. I haven't played the Azmari matchup. We might do something like creative, run HQ, install Polop, pop it, creative. Oh, I can play. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, so we run HQ, click 1. Did we keep? We mulliganed. Okay, so we run HQ, click 1. Biased reporting. Good to know. Good to know. And then we install this. We install this. We play the creative, and then we pop this. Yeah, it could be IP block. IP block only costs us $2, which is actually pretty good. But I don't know. Wait, oh, we have another daily quest. Okay. I guess maybe we should have just ran it. Yeah, okay, we just play this for 2 clicks and run it. That kind of sucks that he had 2 IP blocks. If you draw 2, you have to play 1. It was Toll Booth? No. Well done. I could have just ran that turn 1. Oh, man. I fell for it so hard. Oh, I should have just poked it. I should have just poked it. Dang. Dang. Okay, we'll just go for free HQ access. Hydra's good to know. Yeah, that was some guts on turn one. Yeah, yeah, because if I run that click one, which would have been the play if I decided to run, then we bounce off that 3 times and trash it. This is now really bad for us because this toll booth is really hard to deal with. Dang. Looking for our Proco. Yeah, we're down we were really unlucky that they had the second daily cast as well, because now we've not only do they get their daily quest, but we also used our Polop, which means that if they're on 6 agendas and Echo Chamber, we don't have a trick to deal with Echo Chamber. But it seems like they're going to sit around, so we're happy sitting around because we have Light the Fire. So we can Light the Fire like Bio Vaults and stuff. So we just need to find our Proco ASAP. Wow. Didn't we just pitch the Mayfly? Yeah, actually. So next turn we're going to... Next turn I'm going to... Actually, I maybe should have done it this turn. Oh, new server? New server is really good. Okay, nice. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Okay. Lime says, oh, hi. I saw you you jumped into the game and left. Hello. I believe I'm meeting you at OTG. Are you going to OTG, Limes? Okay, if we install 2 SMCs, figured this was the better place to watch. Yeah. Oh, I can't install 2 SMCs and overclock it. Man, what are we doing? Just drawing Rozekis. That's what we're doing. That's such a better plan. We'll throw Light the Fire down. In some ways, I don't want to reveal that I have Light the Fire, but our hand is what it is. Yeah, should be going. Nice. Yeah, the king and I will be coming down to OTG for sure. So, looking forward to it. Stall double advance. Okay, so there's the Bio Vault. Can I get a Proco? No? No, I can't. Can't get a Proco. Can I get MU? MU would be nice. Because otherwise, these cards are just kind of stuck in hand. Although the overclocks are going to kind of be stuck in hand for a bit anyways. Let's see. We have... Okay, there we go. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, this is a really interesting matchup because I basically started this game so far behind after turn 1. So it'll be pretty difficult trying to navigate our way through this, especially with the Proco situation, because we're gonna draw it eventually, and then it's just gonna be is it worth installing it even if we draw it super late? There we go. Man, SMC. We just throw an SMC down, I guess. It's also curious to see. Actually, we should count the cards here: 30, 35, 40, 44. Okay, so we are a 44 card deck with choose any number of cards of type program to trash. Yeah, I'll trash an SMC. I would love to trash an SMC. I basically just clicked for a credit, and that's fine. I don't need that SMC. That's so funny. What was I saying? Yeah, okay, so he's at 44 cards. He's a 44 card deck with 15 minutes, which means there's something weird going on unless we have like 6 3-pointers and a 15 minutes to be at 19 points, which might be the case. Oh, when I installed SMC, no. Okay, we've been naming event. Okay. I've when I'm streaming, there's certain things that I don't pay attention to, like Atom draws and Azmari triggers. Diesel is something we can play next turn. This hand is so awkward. It is so awkward. We're just gonna Diesel now. Wow. That's something. Okay. So I can draw a card and then and then we'll install the simul chip and we'll pitch that. Man, I was really looking for like some kind of MU. Why the Woo choice? I feel like the Proco plan has you using Woo's ability a lot less. Yeah, maybe. That might be something to look into. The Woo choice is because of Mayfly. It's just so that I can contest early. So if we're against like a PD or something, like we can just overclock in hand, Woo out a Mayfly, run. Is what it's there for. There's also the play draw, install, hedge fund. There's also the play where you turn 1 or 2, you woo out 2 SMCs and you overclock archives or some open server to install 2 Rezekis. And I was actually going to do that this game, but they iced up all their centrals, so I couldn't. And I actually, there was that turn where I like had an SMC in hand and the 2 overclocks, and I was going to the next turn I was going to woo out 2 SMCs, or maybe woo out an SMC, install the one I have in hand, and then overclock to install 2 Rezekis. But I couldn't because all the servers were iced. Alec, good afternoon. How's it going? It's what's the time over there? It's 2:51. It's pretty good. I mean, I feel like this time's probably like a bit worse for Vancouver, hey? Okay, do we go for this? Do you have enough money to go for this? But also it's not advanced, so do we care to go for this? No, we don't. Revolver's fine. Okay. We're just getting more things to install. This is the thing, like when if we proco and we draw like a 3rd overclock, then we have to pitch one, which is really sad. Oh, you guys have a tournament tomorrow, right? Vancouver, is it tomorrow? There's a tournament tomorrow? Oh, it's Vladgrid. Well done. Well done. Okay, that's fine. Good to know though. That I assumed that was BioVault, but no, it was Vladgrid. Okay. Just one out of the ashes is interesting. Yeah, it's like not. I don't want it to be my main plan. And I feel like it's actually been fine, especially with 2 Beths. But you know, I say that, and there's 2 Beths and an out of the ashes in the 16 cards in my deck. But yeah, I really think with Beth, you don't actually need more than 1 out of the ashes. We drew Mayfly. We drew Beth. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have 5 clicks for the rest of the game. And I can also just install the Mayfly. I think it's June 4th, not tomorrow. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think Brandon told me it was tomorrow. Okay, yeah, if it's June 4th, I'm not really on top of things right now, though. No, I mean you probably know it better than I do because I'm not going, so I would probably. You know what? I think it is actually June 4th, because I remember I was like, oh, like that's the day that I'm like I think I'm like going bowling with friends, and I looked at the date, wondering if I actually maybe show up to that. But I'm probably traveling a little too much if I do. Okay, wow, this is super interesting because we're basically installing a 5-3 and then double advancing the Vlad grid. So this is actually an issue. Is that a... What is that? Is that a void? Because if I find out what the upgrade is, then I don't have to light the fire. So let's guess upgrade in the middle card. It's a Biovault. Okay, it's an unadvanced Biovault that we're going to Vlad grid to protect. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's light the fire of the remote, and then we'll probably get border controlled. We'll fully break it. And then we'll have to overclock back. Oh, should I have installed the paperclip? No, this is fine. Because we might just simulchip the Mayfly, depending on what this ice is. Oh. That sucks. That sucks. Thinking. Okay. That sucks. That really sucks. Okay, we need to get our Unity. So if I install paperclip, cost me 4. Oh, this is so bad. If I install paperclip, it costs me 4. And then we simulchip the SMC, and then we SMC for Unity, which costs me 5. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, $18, which leaves me at 6. $6, which is not enough to come back in to steal. Huh. I have to install the Mayfly, right? Or I have to install the paperclip, right? Man, and we don't have the MU for things either. So we have to lose a Rizeki. Oh wait. Wait, I'm going to... Yeah, so we keep the Rizeki. Okay, so we're gonna gain $3 back. Okay, so we're going to pop the simulchip for SMC. And then SMC for Unity. And then install the paperclip. You can simul the paperclip to save some money. Oh, you're totally right. It's passed. We'll see if it probably does make a difference, hey? For the purposes of stealing Bologna. Like, I'm gonna falsify it here, because they're gonna pop border control. It is Bologna. 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. And I need 20 bucks, so I can't. Yeah. No, I think we just lost. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh no, because you can just transfer the counters over to the Bologna. No, okay, no, we've lost. Yeah, we've lost. The 3 credits doesn't actually make a difference in hindsight. Well, I mean, I could have done the math. Because we go to 13, we can click for a credit and go to 14. We take a credit, we go to 14, and then we play the overclock, we go to 18, which is not enough because each toll booth costs 6. Yeah, I like the list. Like adding Vladgrid to BioVault. I hadn't considered the score pattern. The double advanced Vladgrid install 5-3. Yeah, I hadn't considered the score pattern. It makes 5-3s with Vladgrid make more sense. Because before I was thinking like, oh, like it's not actually that great. What's the trash cost on Vlad? It's 4, yeah. Actually, limes. So I was thinking about that too, and that's not actually true because they can just transfer the Vladgrid counters now. They could just transfer the Vladgrid counters now. So if I can get in and trash the Vladgrid, but I can't steal the Bologna, they can just move the advancement tokens over. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, right. Okay, so each toll booth is 6, so that's 12, and then I have to pay for the IP block, so that's 15. So there was actually a way. So there was a way, but I'd probably lose the game anyways. So there was a way. So here's how. Here's what we could have done to steal this one agenda and then lose because they jammed the next agenda and we can't do anything. But to steal this agenda, we simulchip the paperclip to save 3 credits, so we would be at 13. We click for a credit before running, so we would be at. Oh, we wouldn't even steal the agenda. We would only be forcing BioVault. And then they can't score, but then we can't steal next turn. Yeah, okay, so we can force the BioVault because we go to 13, we take a credit, we go to 14, and then we overclock, we're at 18, and we need 20 to get into the remote. But if we simulchip for the Mayfly back instead of... if we simulchip for Mayfly back and overwrite both Rizekis, then we now have 4 icebreakers on the board. So Unity boosts 1 credit for 4. So now a toll booth only costs us $5. So then 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 3 for IP block is 13, plus 5 for the Bologna is 18, which is exactly what we had. So we could get in there and steal the Bologna, which would then force the BioVault pop, which then he has to use the Vladgrid counters. But all that does is delay the loss by a turn, and there's nothing we can do next turn because we ripped our board apart. You would have saved 4. I think it was your first install. Yeah, if we thought it all the way through. Yeah. Because it was my second install because I chose to simulchip SMC before installing Paperclip. Because if I simulchip SMC and then SMC for Unity and then install Paperclip, I don't have to kill a Rizeki. So I essentially spent an extra credit on the DZMZ to save a Rizeki. But like it was just like all a lost cause anyways, because yeah, like I'd have to rip my board apart to have the potential of stealing this one agenda. And even in like I guess best case scenario, I take the agenda, like they just jam again if they have it. And I guess we can win if we pray that they don't have the agenda, and then we get like turns to set up and figure something out. You would kill the Mayfly first if you were to redo. Yeah. No, but I killed the Mayfly first, but I didn't have the MU, right? Because I had two MU on Rizeki and one MU on Revolver, so I had two MU left, and that was both occupied by Rizeki. So if I install Paperclip, then I overwrite the Mayfly, but now there's only one MU left, so I can't SMC for Unity, which is why I did it the other way around, and I SMC for Unity first, and then I install the Paperclip, so then I don't lose a Rizeki. Okay, it is 4. I need to go here. I would play a couple more, and I think on most nights I will. But unfortunately today, my little sister has her level 7 piano exam tomorrow. And I've been like teaching her and prepping her for that. And like it's weird because it's an online exam. Because I used to do mine in person, but it's an online exam, and they send her like the sight reading and technical tests like 20 hours ahead of the exam. So as like I'm going out later to a friend's house to play board games, so I need to go and like get her ready for that before I leave. But yeah, so that'll be it for today. I mentioned at the start that I'm gonna start streaming on Fridays as I have been. That's not sight reading anymore. I know, right? I know. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. I have no idea why they do that. But they send you the clapping and the sight reading like 20 hours ahead of time. But she was at school today. So like she like just got home. So it totally is not sight reading. Yeah, like she could just practice it the whole night and then play it tomorrow. I don't know. I don't make the decisions around here. Yeah. But also like her playback isn't great, so I actually do need to work on her a bit more last minute with that. What board games? I don't know, honestly. Like Natasha plays, like I've played a lot of games with her and like her group, but I don't know what her girlfriend and like other people will want to play. Like I've played like Battlestar Galactica with them. I've played Twilight Imperium, or like Twilight Imperium is like I've played quite a bit. So Twilight Imperium, Battlestar Galactica are like the two big ones. I think we played like King of Tokyo like once. What's the other one? Is it called Clue? I'm pretty sure it's called Clue. BSG, the Epic Trader game. Yeah, I enjoy that game. I watched the show last year. Like I watched the whole show last year, and like it now like playing the game since watching the show just means so much more. You get more of the flavor, like you understand what the crisis cards are referring to. It's so much more like it's so much better after having watched the show. My friend group has been playing Unfathomable, which is just a remake of Battlestar Galactica. I don't know. I kind of prefer Battlestar Galactica more, but I think like FFG has been doing that where they like take old games and they just like make it a new game, but it's actually the same thing. If you're a fan of the show, that game's just so thematic and much more involved. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's so much better. You understand what the abilities are referring to as well. It's so much better. So yeah, I don't know what the plan is tonight, but maybe we'll play that. Last time I went over to our house, we played Battlestar Galactica. But that was also like years ago. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, so I'm gonna be streaming on Fridays at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So hopefully y'all can join me live if you can. If you haven't been and it's a better time for you. If not, there's still quite a lot of people who enjoy the VOD, and that's good as well. I've been looking into like streaming on YouTube in addition to Twitch because I know that some people want like YouTube is more accessible to them than Twitch. And I believe when I looked at it before, I'm not able to do both at the same time, but I don't know. Like I've been trying to figure that out if I can, because I know that Andre does, but Andre pays to do that. And if I can avoid paying, I'd like to avoid paying to do that. But yeah, it's something I'm looking into. Good luck to your sis, and hope you get in a good game tonight. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Again, like I haven't seen her in a long time, and she's somebody that I played Netrunner with a lot. Like she was at Canadian Nationals. We both went down to Calgary Regionals in 2019, and we played each other in the finals. And we played each other in the cut at Canadian Nationals as well. So it was, it's really, really good. Still not early enough for EU. Is it not? Because 2 o'clock Mountain Time is 9 in the UK, which like I guess might be like a little bit late. But it's like 9 in the UK, and then it's like 10 o'clock for like the people in Germany and Sweden. And like other, I don't know where the time zone cutoff is. I just know people in Germany and Sweden. But yeah, 2 o'clock Mountain Time is 7 o'clock in the UK and 8 o'clock a bit further east, which I think is like a bit more doable. But I don't know, if your name is Rust Rider, you don't sleep, so Rust Rider will just join whatever time it is. Oh, I thought this already is the new time since I just tuned in. No, so I'm just ending. This is the end of the stream. It started 2 hours ago. So yeah, from now on I'll start basically 2 hours before right now. Yeah, so hopefully you and other people in Europe can find the time a bit more convenient. Okay, I'm gonna head off here. Had some great games. That's probably not the last time you'll see me play Congress Wu. But if developments happen in the next week, if you were to ask me right now, like I might play some Big Macs next week. If not, like we might look at some Corpse. But we'll see what happens. That's nice. Then I'll end up tuning in more often. Then awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to hear. I'm looking forward to seeing some new people. Again, like just because the time works a bit better for me, and not because I'm changing it for the sake of changing it. Okay. Have a good night or day or probably night, everyone, and I will see y'all next week.